Let me put some jams on. Baby girl just had some breast milk and some banana, and now we're about to make a creamy green soup, vegan, alkaline, organic, non-GMO, Dr. Sebi approved. So let me just put my jams on because, like, that's just what it's about. Keeping the high vibe food, high vibrational words, high vibe music. Is this on? Oh, here we go. Hey. Put it here because it be vibrating. But okay. Y'all saw the description, and y'all might have saw my last video. Not sure if y'all saw my last video, but my last video I'm talking about touch on pedophilia and some of the things, and so this is kind of like talking a little bit more about some stuff. So coercive control, narcissistic abuse, y'all know. But before I get started with the conversation, if it's your first time here, let me just introduce myself. My name is Jess. I go by Jess Ease, and I just help people align with nature and give practical solutions infused with spiritual insights, just so that you and your family can live a healthy lifestyle. And so today, well, first of all, and then today I'm creating this food for your thoughts, right? And so with that being said, aligning with nature, we are the temple of the creator. We are made in the creator's image, right? So we want to eat to live. We want to eat food that is going to keep us healthy and strong, and prevent sickness and disease and preserve our bodies, as well as if you have suffered from any dis-ease, then the food that I create, the food that the meals that I create. I didn't create the food. This food, this is God food. God, the creator, nature created this. So all this food, because the creator is good, the creation is good, it's life-giving cell food. It reverses disease. It reverses dis-ease. So that's what it's all about, reversing dis-ease. And so that's why I'm like, food for your thoughts. Let's talk about some stuff that's going to help and contribute to our healing as well. So narcissistic abuse, parental alienation, coercive control, all of this stuff. Y'all saw what's going on. Y'all saw my life and what has happened. And we know where it stems from, right? Wait. Like I said, hold up. I gave y'all my intro. I gave my little intro, but I just fed the baby, and we need to get started on this. So let's talk about, I'll talk about all the details in just a minute. Let me just, first of all, get me some fuel from my body. I already did my yoga, my meditation, my vitality workout, and then baby girl was like, "Ma." I was like, all right. Breastfed her, gave her some food, like a little snack to hold her over, and now we gonna make some green soup. Creamy green soup. Zucchini is what makes it creamy. Zucchini. Then we got some organic leeks. And we got dandelion greens. Yeah, we know that's mad healthy. And there's a bunch of herbs in here. Cilantro. You can use any herbs, but I just like to, because I want to make it easy. Oh yeah, and we have green lentils. But I want to talk about ease, right? I always share the base of everything to make it easy for you. But then you can add all this extra stuff, because the more the merrier, right? The more good God food, the better it's going to be for your health. And it's going to do, and give it more flavor and all that. But like, to make it easy and let y'all know, so the base of this creamy green soup is going to be your creamy zucchini. That's what makes it creamy. You're going to need onion. I got onions. Yep, I didn't show y'all that. Onion. And you're going to want to use leeks and or a leafy vegetable. But you can use either or. You don't have to use the leeks, but I want to, and I am. So, but zucchini, onion, and a leafy green vegetable, and then your spices and your herbs, right? You can add all the extra stuff in it. Sea salt, sea moss. So today, what I'm gonna use, I have zucchini, leeks, and for my green, I got my dandelion greens, got my onion, I got cilantro, I got parsley, I got all the green goodness. I got thyme as well. And so, and then I'm gonna top it. I'm gonna make some spelt flour flatbreads. I got lentils in it today, so lentils gonna make it real hearty, but you don't need to put lentils, but green lentils. And I'm gonna top it also with some avocado. Maybe I'll have. Last time I wanted tomato, so I'm gonna make a little vinaigrette. So with that being said, here we go. You can't stop me. All right, what am I starting with? I could not get these out. Oh, see, they make me lie. I was trying to get everything prepared before I got on camera. But July's working now, right on time. Right on time. So I already washed the vegetables, and now we're going to get this stuff in the pot and touch on some of these topics. But here we go. We're going to get this onion in here. We're going to put some oil. No, the best oil to use is avocado oil. I don't got avocado oil. But that's going to be, I'm going to tell y'all because God is good and I love my neighbor as myself. I'm going to tell y'all what's the best to use if you don't already have these ingredients. I ain't going to tell you things that aren't the best. Because I'm a mama. I give the best to my babies. And I'm made in God's image. God is love. I'm love. I'm going to love my neighbor as myself and tell them what's best for them. You feel me? So, avocado oil is going to be the best oil to use. If you're going to, I feel like it's the best oil that you can use with everything. That's why I say it's the best oil you can use. Topping stuff off at the end that you don't cook is going to be olive oil and coconut oil. But to cook with, avocado oil, because you can do it with everything. So I'm going to put 2 onions in for mine. If I was making, and this is my boy's favorite meal actually. So if you don't have your, you know, for it's a nice 1-pot meal. But if, you know, you want to get your greens in the winter time, but you might be like me sometimes. Like, I do enjoy salads and stuff. But I'm just saying, sometimes during the cold winter months, you just want something really warm and hearty. And I think naturally our bodies are just like, dang, it's cold out there. We need to bulk up. We need something hearty. And it's cold out here. We want something warm. Your body naturally does. So that's when I'm like, let's make some creamy green soup. And my boys, this is their favorite meal. And they know how to cook it too. They love to cook. So onions are gonna go in there. And let's talk a little bit after I get this stuff in here because I'll be able to focus more. And then we're gonna just cook them down a little bit. Zucchini. I already washed these. I mean, some people shave them and stuff, but I don't feel like it's necessary. This song right here. My eyes are burning a little bit. But, okay. Because this song is playing. And it's so dope. And it's just like my season. Oh, it's so good. But, coercive control. Shout out to Dr. Ramani, who helps people navigate narcissistic abuse or just narcissism. Helps navigate, and I have the link in the description. So, and like as y'all know, I'm trying to create policy change to reallocate some of this money and build a holistic resource center and sustainable shelters for families in crisis, because not everybody, like not everybody has the resources to heal from this types of abuse that I'm talking about, domestic violence, and what I went through, and what I, currently my children are going through. So when families are in crisis, they can get the resources they need, because they always say go to the doctor. Thank God for technology as well, because if you go to Dr. Ramani's link in the description, she helps you understand it's like what you're going through. Help validate the victims of this type of psychological, I don't know, what do you call it? A dis-ease that these adults have, and they're hurting people, and they're hurting children. Because my ex-husband, now the children even more so we're being alienated from me, and courts don't know what the hell they're doing. They don't even. And so shout out to Dr. Ramani, because her and others have passed laws in a few states for coercive control. That is a crime in the state of California, Hawaii, Washington, Connecticut, and Colorado. I didn't even know. So until, I'm over here starting to create my content, doing my research and things for my policy changes, and I'm like, yo, people are already on this thing. So coercive control, let me tell y'all what that is. If they're gonna let me tell you what is coercive. I'm just gonna get it from Google. I mean, of course, I went deep, obviously, studying this stuff. I've been studying this stuff since I learned I was in a narcissistic. Well, since I've been trying to leave this man. Really, I was trying to leave him since 2016. It took me this long, and now I understand why now, because of the coercive control. They're master manipulators. But coercive control, an act or a pattern of acts of assault, threats, humiliation, and intimidation, or other abuse that is used to harm, punish, or frighten their victim. My ex-husband used coercive control, and throughout since 2016, when I didn't know what was going on, but I was like, I feel in my spirit, I feel in my gut, I feel whatever you want to call it. This is the thing, I was unaware of this type of people, because I'm just an empathetic, reasonable human being. I'm a healthy human being. So I'm like, oh, I'm feeling this way. Let me communicate with my partner. Hey, I think we need to separate. Actually, I tried to go when I was 18 years old, and the same thing, coercive. I wasn't aware of this. So shout out to Dr. Ramani bringing awareness. So at 18, so I was already very young. At 18, I tried to go coercive control once again. I would think even 16. I remember 16 years old, I tried to go. At 18 years old, I tried to go. Then I became a Christian in 2011. So then I'm 21. I tried to go. Religion told me that I was trying to please God too. So, but the God of my understanding. So religion had a play in all that. Your upbringing has a play on it. What's in your bloodline has a play in it. The traumas from before you and the abuse that you came from has a play in all of that. So that's at 21. So like I just said, 16, 18, 21 years old. And then in 2016, how old was I? How old was I? I don't even know. But I tried to leave then. Not until 2021. When I was like, okay, I gotta fucking go. When my daughter came to me and was like, hey, this is what happened. I was like, what the fuck? But so all this grooming, all this conditioning, coercive control since a very young age, before it got this bad, even he could have been, if this awareness was out there, and villages, our families were there to see what's going on, to direct these children. That's why I'm talking about policy change. I'm talking about building holistic, reforming and restructuring the Department of Children, Youth, and Families. And because this stuff should have been noticed inside of the school system. I meant, like I told y'all last episode, I was going to talk about the Planned Parenthood, or public school to Planned Parenthood pipeline. But that's what I'm trying to say. They came to me at, let me get these leaks in here. They came to me at, before I even got in this relationship, because they had reason to believe that I was sexually active and I was in 7th grade, and these people came up to me when they should be sued. But if I knew about this shit, like as a parent, the laws I know now, I would have been like, oh, claim against you, because this is my private property in your government school, and you're noticing that she's doing something, and you got these adults in one room talking to a child about, you don't worry, whatever you're going through, if you're having sex or whatever, this is what we want you to know about, birth control, about abortion. And listen, we can get sued if we told your parents, so don't worry, you can trust us. You can trust us. If you need to talk to anybody, talk to us when it comes to, because we have reason to believe that you are. And I'm like, nah, what should have happened was, and that's what I'm talking about, the education system and all that stuff. They are violating private people, and they are coercing the children for money and greed. Because the same chick that was talking to me, the same group of women that were talking to me when I was in 7th grade, and they should have called my parents and said something, hey, we have reason to believe this. Can we have a conversation? Can you guys have to be present, because this is your property, this is not ours, and we don't have any right to. But nah, they did not say any of that shit. And so they over here doing that same shit right now in the school system right now. They're not telling the parents what the fuck they think is going on with their young children, doing things that they don't know they shouldn't be doing and don't know nothing about, because trauma bonds and all this type of shit, domestic violence, very young adolescents just acting nuts, doing shit in the school, and these women in the schools who want, for whatever reason, to lead you to Planned Parenthood. They just looking like, all right, probably thinking about how we gonna profit off, and we don't gotta tell their parents what we think is going on, and we can just let this shit happen, because we already know these kids are going, their parents are not present. Why? Because their parents are in cycles of survival mode, at work all day, don't know what these children are going through domestic violence themselves, being preyed upon by them, but preyed upon and raped by older people. They're looking like, we know, we created this system to make sure the parents are way too fucking busy to be active in a child's life and have them chasing the fucking bag. Sorry, I'm passionate because I'm a mama bear. You feel me? You feel me? So anyways, we got the zucchini in here, we got the onions in here. Now we about to put these leeks in here. And so I think, I probably went through all this just to say, yo, it ain't just your ex, yo. It's this motherfucking system that is preying on you, your children, and profiting off of your pain. And I'm saying it ends with us. No more. Nah. Not gonna happen. So with that being said, shout out to Dr. Ramani bringing awareness and helping people. And it's people who don't have the and shout out to technology, because people who don't have the resources, at least they can know how to navigate and then see what they need to put in place so that they can leave these toxic relationships. And then on top of that, like I'm trying, but still people have to survive. So shout out to all the brothers and sisters who are bearing the burden of the single parent, whether that be a man or a woman who is a single parent. Shout out to y'all. Clap to all of y'all for bearing the burden, helping watching the children, helping pay the bills, helping do the laundry, helping cook the food, helping go grocery shopping, so this person can heal from the trauma and the abuse that they came from. They have time to process what they're even going through and make the right decisions and choices, so that they can they can navigate this transition to a more healed and free life. So shout out to the villages that are just doing what they can do. And that's what I'm saying. I am so grateful that this time around I have that. I didn't have that in Tanzania. So if you ain't bearing the motherfucking burden, shut the fuck up about anything else. If you ain't bearing the burden for single parents, shut the fuck up. Because you don't know what the fuck it's like to go through what you went through and not being able to process that shit because you gotta fucking get the bag so you can feed the kids and be there for the kids and give them roof over their head and all that, because you have the other partner, the person or the co-parent who's making it very difficult for that parent to leave and that parent to create a safe space for that child to thrive. So I just giving all of y'all a shout out because y'all love humanity. Who is humanity? The future of humanity. Y'all love the future of humanity. Who is the future of humanity? It's our babies. Y'all want a better world for our babies. And so, coercive control. Shout out to all y'all who were active trying to make this a crime in certain states. And shout out to all the public servants who are supposed to serve the rights of the people, who might be listening right here, right now, to say that instead that y'all doing what y'all gotta do to take care of toxic people who are still moving in this like get your shit together. California, Hawaii, Washington, Connecticut, and Colorado. I'm just trying to say people are bringing this awareness because y'all have been incompetent and negligent when it comes to the safety and protecting the people, really. So it's the children. You've been very unempathetic and you've been very just negligent, and maybe because you're incompetent about what's really going on inside these households. And that's why I'm saying, y'all misapplying these statutes. Y'all acting like we businesses and not real people. And that's not even just us. It's not about the mom and dad. It's about the safety of the children. You don't even give a fuck. The people I've been dealing with, I'm not saying all y'all like that, but the people I've been dealing with have not given a fuck. But I trust and believe that I'm bringing this awareness. I'm bringing the awareness, and I trust that it's touching them and they understand and they're doing their research and saying, oh shit, let me fix this. Oh my God, let me fix this shit before she sues me for coercive controlling her because she wouldn't shut the fuck up and take care and neglect her kids. I would never. They have been alienated by a child molester. They have been alienated by a child molester. Think about the safety of a child. That's it. Stop thinking about winning and stop think about safety of children. This is the children that would be in the lives of your children or your grandchildren. And they need to be in a healthy home so they can be free from the abuse and be at peace and thrive. Not now there, instead of the parents, just the mother and father being in the coercive control or whatever, they being the victim of a toxic person doing that coercive control. Now children, I'm just saying, we gotta stop it for the babies. We gotta stop it. All right? So that's what it's all about, humanity. So yeah, we're gonna let that simmer down. And I like to put the herbs in a little bit later. Where is a better spoon? Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Alright. So we're gonna let this simmer if y'all want to check it out. Or just cook down a little bit. Alright. Y'all already know what's in there. And if y'all have a full recipe all in writing and all that, patreon.com/Jess Ease. It's gonna be all set for you with pictures and all that when it's complete. So in the next hour, well, after I finish, it'll be like an hour after I finish. Alright, so we got dandelion greens. Yes. Thank you, Grandma. I have great grandmas who used to have their kids in the field picking the dandelion greens. And I heard her stories when all that like processed food thing came out and people were giving their kids hot dogs and bologna and shit and microwavable foods, that grandma was like, what are you trying to do, kill the kids? Go out there and get some dandelion greens from the field. And was trying to, you know, I'm sure it irritated those family members, but she was right, because this is so good for us. All right, so that is we want that to stay on there. I'm going to put the dandelion greens in here, because I like to kind of put it on. When I put the what's it called? The lentils in, which actually I might put it in pretty soon, because these are cooking down nicely. Yeah, let's put them in. No, let's put some seasonings in first, actually. Oh, y'all, I'm gonna have to walk away real quick. So I can go get that sea salt. I don't got the sea salt, because I've been using sea salt for other things as well, besides cooking. So let me grab that and check on baby girl. What are you doing? How you get over there, silly? Alright, she rolling around. Alright, so we got some kosher sea salt. Sea salt is like the best. Alright, gonna put that in there. You know what else we gonna do? Turmeric. Yo, y'all, I got everything in the other room. It's alright, don't worry. I ain't about to leave y'all hanging though. Alright, so we got the salt. We'll put it in later. The turmeric. But we got all these good herbs. So yeah, we gonna take these lentils, green lentils, put them in. And I like to use spring water. See, we got a whole thing of spring water. We're gonna need a little bit more of that. And that's gonna simmer just for 20 minutes, because that's as long as the lentils needs to cook. It's 20 minutes. Lentils and chickpeas are not beans. Dr. Sebi does not recommend beans. And from my research, it makes people very sick. They're not able to process it. Their digestive system doesn't process it well. I know people who they just got sick over time, eating beans their whole life, and then they hit their 50s and now they got mass problems eating beans. They can't. They'll throw up, or it just come right up. Their body is rejecting it. So I trust Dr. Sebi. And lentils are not beans. Neither are chickpeas. They're vegetables. So yeah, look, we're getting more vegetables up in here. So that's going to get simmered. I'm gonna chop these up a little bit, and we can talk more about some of these narcissistic patterns of behavior. All right. So, I got thyme in here this time. So this, like I said, this is the base. Is the creamy. What makes it creamy is the zucchini, the onion. Then I got leeks, or you can use green onion. And then I like to use a nice leafy green. I'm going to use dandelion greens. So that is the base to make your creamy green soup. Ease, Jess Ease, you feel me? Boom, that's it. But if you got some more herbs and stuff, and spices and salt, right? And herbs and spices and all of that. Then, did I say onion? Yeah, onion. Then you gonna add it all. Why not? Like, the more the merrier. And so right here, what I got is, we don't want that, because I forgot the thyme. I'm gonna use thyme this time. I never used thyme before, but I just want to this time. And We're just gonna let it sit in there, because I heard you just gonna let it sit in there. You don't really, or I could just take it off one by one. Yeah, I can just take off the little pieces, but I really wanted to tie this up. Oh, I can. I think I have a string from my tea here. What's that? We're gonna take the string from this ashwagandha, and we're gonna tie this baby up, y'all. You know what? If y'all can tell me, how do you see the chat? Like, I thought people can like say things in the chat. Like, I don't even see how you can see chat. You know what? Let me see on here. Maybe I can see it from here. Let me see. Just in case y'all are, because I be going on live and I be writing stuff to people, but when I'm on live, I don't see where I can write anything. So let me, and I took my music off. Let's see. Let's go to, oh, right here. Maybe if I switch account, do I have an account to switch to? Yes, I do. We'll go to this one right here, and let me find myself. Jess Ease. I didn't even get to check to see if the video is doing what it should be doing. Oh, it says I'm live. Oh, here we go. Here she is. Create a channel to join the chat. Damn. Create channel. Damn. All right, cool. I guess I can see you a little bit. All right. So anyway, we gonna tie this up here. And so it's the first time I'm using thyme, but I have parsley here, cilantro here, parsley. Yeah, parsley, cilantro, and thyme. I already said that. And then I'm putting dandelion greens. Before, when I used to make it, I used to just use zucchini, onion, leeks, and yeah, zucchini, onion, and leeks. And then I started adding, and then kale. And then I started adding green lentil. And then I started just like doing my thing. Adding everything, you know, as I gain more appreciation, right, of what these herbs do for our body. So yeah, that's going in there. I'm gonna put it in there already so I can get all that delicious flavor. And I'm gonna put the thyme in there already on this little string so it gets all that delicious flavor. And it's gonna simmer for maybe 15 more minutes. All right. There we go. And so now while that is simmering, I'm going to put, I'm gonna get this ready, the flatbread. Oh, let's put some sea moss in there. Let's put some sea moss. And y'all already know what sea moss does. So we're gonna put some sea moss in there. And we're gonna get back in here with the food for your thought. But y'all can rewind it because I said a lot. I feel like I said all. I think I said it all. I said everything. Shout out to me now. I did a shout out to all these other people, but yeah, I pretty much said everything I wanted to touch on except for, yeah, I pretty much said everything. I mean, y'all know if y'all have questions, y'all can go in there. But narcissistic abuse is a thing, man. It is a thing. And if you're not aware of what's going on, you just think like it's no big deal. And then where we come from. So yeah, we'll start with that. Let me put this in because this is about ready. Then we're gonna get all these yes, it's gonna be so good. And then let me tell you about creamy green soup, because when this is all while this is cooking down and boiling and all that, after it's all finished, then we get the hand blender and we blend it so it can be easy for baby girl to eat it, right? But also we like I said, it's creamy green soup. I raised my children eating it, and they love it. It's their favorite. So, all right, okay, and so let's talk about it. So, coercive control. I'll just say once again, is an act or a pattern of acts of assault, threats, humiliation, intimidation, or other abuses that is used to harm, punish, or frighten their victim, right? Y'all saw what happened to me, you feel me? And so now with children involved right now and being alienated. So one thing that person is doing for the coercive control is using the government, and that is actually illegal, to to so-called try to punish the other parent, right? That was me, but it's like it's not working. It's really not working. It's just really turning everything more against that person, because with me having to fight, it caused me to be more creative, and not just creative, but do more research, right? And see my purpose more as I was separated, and see, wow, now I see like people are already creating policy changes for exactly what he's doing. I wasn't aware of, because I was in a state of survival mode. But now that I don't have to worry about survival, I can see it. Like I said, shout out to all of them who have been there and helped me. But I was able to get my newborn baby back. Then now I'm getting my others back. And in the process of looking for ways, because I realized the system is corrupt and was trying to silence me, like, shut the fuck up, we fucked up, we know we fucked up, but we ain't gonna tell you we fucked up, we gonna try to make you shut the fuck up. And so they have been using coercive control against me, and I'm not saying everybody, but Zachary Kuna has, because I saw what he was doing when I was just chilling and just looking online. I'm like, damn, he really fucking up. And he is the turn, like, he's the one signing off on everything. He was the prosecuting attorney for me, and I'm like, it might be better if you was just by my side, dog. Like, you'd probably become the next attorney of Rhode Island, but now your whole career about to get fucked up, bruh. In 2024, you know what you're doing? You're hurting children, and not just children of a good mother. Like, you thought I was just who you thought I was. You fucked with the wrong one on the right day, I guess. So anyway, Zach, I give you another opportunity, Zachary. Do your duty. All right. So, so there's laws going in place. Dr. Ramani, and I saw it on Dr. Ramani's, because I always was looking at Dr. Ramani ever since leaving this narcissist. And so with the children, without not having the children not having access or denied access to their mother, the healthy parent, it's just really making things worse for that person, because I didn't even know there's people doing shit to punish people like him. But on top of that, the children, they are under that coercive, controlling abuse. And so if you look in the description, people talk about it all on YouTube and stuff, and the tactics that are being used. I already know some of mine, and that's another reason why I left the country. Besides the sexual assault, during that around when I was like no more visitation and all that, my daughter and I was spending time with my children and trying my best to keep us safe in the United States, but he was chasing me. He would not allow me to, like, oh my gosh. I was like just trying to create a safe space with children away from him and all of that, and the justice system failed me and failed my daughter. But I was trying my best to do what I could, and he was just like, nope, you're not going down to the airland that you have to try and create a sustainable life. Nope. You're not doing this. I'm gonna call for Amber Alert. I'm gonna do that. Then they were like, oh, he wasn't okay, whatever. So that, but my daughter, and spending time with my daughter, with my children, without him, they were starting to tell me things that were being said when before me and him were even on bad terms. You know, they were like, he would tell us that you are doing this and that you're doing that. He would say, what do you think your mom's doing right now? Like when he had his visitation without me. And they'd be like, she's probably praying. Cause they know me. Like I just be chilling by I be just praying. Like any chance I can get, I just like to tap in nature. And that's what I would do. I would go to Lincoln Woods in Rhode Island, bring my little djembe, sit down. I would just fall asleep in the sun. Be sit there, play a little djembe, just chilling, praying and relaxing. And just, you know, enjoying my time alone. But like I would want to get closer to the Most High, right? To my power. You feel me? So let me, oh, she just laughing. All right, and so, see, look at me. I'm supposed to be, so I got some salt in here. Let me grab, I'm gonna put some, so yeah, there goes the spelt flour in case y'all over here trying to watch the recipe. And then I got some oil. And I like to put a lot of oil because I just do, that's why. And then we're gonna do, it's supposed to be like lukewarm spring water. So why don't I take some of this water? It's about doing shit with ease. So we're gonna take some water. All right, but what I was gonna say, dang, I wish I had the ladle, but I don't. All right, so we're gonna take some of this hot water. Then it's gonna be lukewarm, right? You feel me? All right. I think that's lukewarm. Yeah, that's lukewarm. And so she would be like, he would ask them. So this is like, and ask them, hey, so what do you think your mother's doing right now? They're like, she probably just praying or cleaning or something. And he's like, no, she's probably with some man doing this, doing that, doing this. This is way before I even left the country. And when I believed in the certain parts of the Bible that were saying like a woman could never be remarried and stuff. So I was like super celibate. And the only person I got with was her dad. Like that's how like naive and just like new to everything. Like, but anyways, that's none of y'all business. But I'm just saying, just to give y'all a thought of like what you're trying to tell a child, like trying to get them. And then she was telling me he would say negative things that he would say that I was probably doing, and no, and trying to make me think, like make them think that the woman that you know is not who you think she is, And so my daughter was like, and I started not liking you. I believed him. I was like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I'm like, dog, like my kids are telling me that you're saying this before, I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, I didn't even know about this. I didn't know about this until I'm listening to other women say, yeah, but and me being a stay-at-home mom, him being the breadwinner, so-called, me just, it just, and everybody, I mean, I know there's people who saw the red flags. I could tell how they were acting and stuff, but they didn't say anything, But him to portray this person that is just, taking care of his family, spending time with his children. And so then that makes him a good parent. Like, are you kidding me? No, you're, yeah. So anyway, so that was what's going on, as well as the things that children are going to be going through too, dealing with someone like that, They don't want to feel like they're betraying, because they're not gonna feel love. They're gonna feel rejection. This is a child, so it's very easy to control that child. So much of the mother or so much the other parent that you're controlling, who has unresolved trauma or unprocessed trauma, untreated trauma since she was young, how much more a child, I was a child, by the way, 15 years old, but how much more, a child, you don't want to, the same thing that I can say that, I, suffered from, and I look back and had to do the work to figure out how to go this far, is like the fear of disappointment, disappointing that person who just wants to spend time with you all the time and the new love of your life, and you're a child, this teenage love going on. You don't want to disappoint them. You want to do what they makes them happy. And you just, and coming from a household of, I would say, the parents did the best they could, but I'm just saying, there's just a level of love, or the way love should be, so that child can get the necessary emotional support that they need. That just wasn't wasn't present. But it's not about them. But because I didn't have that, so it was like, the fear of disappointment, the just being naive and young, the cognitive dissonance. What else is a child gonna be suffering under the hands of this person? Learn from religion, forgiving. You gotta forgive and forget. And you just want things to be okay. You want to have peace. You don't want, because that person too, they'll triangulate all the other people in the house against you. Like, oh, you can't take a joke. Oh, I just remembered. I heard someone else bring this up in one of the interviews, and I'm like, dang, that's exactly me. Like, I remember, like, when you try to say what was wrong, and it was just like, oh, it's not that serious, and then you're like, you're blowing out of proportion, and it's not even that serious. Then you're like, okay, look at the fun, sucker. It's like, goddamn. And so imagine a child going through that, like when they're trying to hold a parent accountable, who's being abusive. It's like, we'll turn everybody against you, and then they don't want that. They don't want to be, they want everything to be okay. They want to be accepted and loved, and they don't want to, so then they have to conform to what this person wants them to be able to survive and get the emotional support that they need from the rest of the family, as well as that parent, and being that whole forgiveness. We came from, turn the other cheek, and that Christian religious, or I don't even say, just say Christian, it's just religious doctrinated mindset, where it's not that you can't forgive, but the way that we were taught how to forgive, it was just like, let it go. And not like really process it. What was that? Address it. Make sure the person that did this thing to you does not happen again. Put it up the proper boundary so that you can move forward, right? Alright, this is supposed to be, so a child going through all of that. Are you kidding me? And so that the children have been being alienated, and then the court tell you, oh, the children, they don't want to, like, well, they're hearing from this person, first of all. The children don't want to talk to you. What are they being told? And who's telling you that? The children told you that? What are you talking about? Do you know what type of person my children live with? You crazy? Like, the nigga, never mind that. They already know. The point is, they already know, because they got all of the evidence that I already shared on YouTube of him flipping out, of him saying, I thought she was you, when he sexually assaulted my daughter. And then on top of that, the testimony that they don't want my daughter to speak, the testimony of my daughter, of her saying that things that she didn't, that these things were her feeling uncomfortable around him and him doing things, been going on for a long time. She said since she was 4. I didn't know. And then on top of that, other than the cognitive dissonance and the things that the red flags and the fear, because it's like I said, it's coercive control. The fear of blowing it out of proportion of what's going on. And the thing that he used to always say was, you didn't grow up with affection from your family and your parents, so you don't know what this is. You don't know what that is, or that is. When I'm feeling like, I feel like that's a little like too close, like boundaries, nigga. Like, if I didn't say it like that, I would just, in my mind, I'm saying that, but I'm not trusting in my intuition. I'm not trusting in my gut. I'm not trusting in the God in me. I'm just them already controlled over all these years, and just being like, okay. And then when someone just brings up your trauma, like, you didn't grow up without your father, so you don't even know what and I'm like, it's not that I didn't grow up with my dad without him, but I'm just saying that I lived with my mom was the primary caregiver. And he had a job overseas, but like my dad took good care of me the best that he knew how. But just like that, my mother and father, they was trying to provide for me. And that's why it's about humanities, reallocating these resources for the Department and families to live a more self-sustainable lifestyle, so they don't have to leave their children to a system that they thought was going to be in the best interest of the child. They thought, but they didn't know that there was the these predators inside there. Like I told you, I'm gonna do the episode about public school to the Planned Parenthood pipeline. We already know the public school to the prison pipeline, you know, but like, yo, there, it's a whole fucking system that I'm saying enough is a fucking enough. We are creating change now. We are creating a better future for the children, and there's enough in the world to provide for everybody's needs. There's enough money to go around to make sure this shit happens quickly, and there's enough technology to go around for this to happen much, much sooner. You feel me? Where people have self-sustainable income properties, family, the children in the early stages of childhood, mothers don't need to leave their children to nobody. They can give the children what they need so that they don't have attachment issues in the future. Do you understand? You understand what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's the dream, and that is what's about to happen, because it can happen. It can happen if we all just continue to bring awareness and continue to work together and call on these people who want to take all this money. They got 30 billion a year go to CPS. Failing ass CPS. Are you kidding me? $4 trillion a year on healthcare for preventable disease, which we know is the food, right? Oh my gosh. And around the same trillions a year for like Department of Health, not Department of Health, for like public assistance. And people are still out here in the streets homeless. What the fuck is happening? Where's money going? We already know. We saw things like what's it called? Let me get this thing, because I need to get this tray, because we about to make some flatbreads to go with the soup. I'm excited. I just can't hide it. Because I love some hearty soup, and I love bread. That's why I grew up, like, starchitarian. Like, that's what I grew up on. But now I learned how to make it healthier, because I learned that diet is not healthy. The mainstream way that they have us eating, or my family raised us eating, they thought it was gonna be good, healthy, and cheap, and quick, and shit, but it's actually killing everybody. So that's what we're saying. We're saying, yo, y'all created these food pyramids and all these things just to get money, not for the health of the people, for real, you know? And so I'm saying, yo, it looked like y'all giving all this money out to all these agencies that are over here profiting off of our pain. No more. Fuck that. Mama Bear is not having it. She ain't having it. And anybody else who cares about the future of humanity, which are the children, and want their children to live in a society that is not doing these things, that have destroyed families or separated families like what they did to us, and care about the children, then go ahead, go to thebornfreemovement.com and check out some of the things. It's forever evolving, the mission, as I put myself out there and do it and see what needs to be done. Well, or just trying to say what needs to be done. My algorithm now is like showing me that people are doing shit, so I'm grateful. And I want to say also, because of that, there's a lot of people who have gifts and talents, who are going through some similar things that I went through, that I have gone through, that I'm going through, and they feel like, well, I can't focus on my purpose. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And this is why you can. Because I had those thoughts before, but when you just connected, align with nature, and connect with your power, and you already know what God is telling you to do. You already know what, and you trust in that. Don't let nothing in this outside world tell you can't at least get out there and start putting your foot out there. Because when you start putting your foot out there, like I did that last week. I put my foot out there when it comes to the vision that I know I'm supposed to move forward to. Like, I already kind of had thoughts and a vision about it, but I just didn't know how and where to start and what pieces to start putting together. But then when I was like, yeah, I know what I'm supposed to be doing, then things started coming, like I said, the algorithm started showing me people who are doing these types of things, and how and what in what ways things are already getting done, in what ways how you can contribute, in what ways and how what. So you're starting to feel more encouraged. So that's what I'm saying. Be encouraged. Do your thing, because there's people out there looking for what you have. That's why you were brought here. You weren't brought here to lay up under a rock in your house. Yeah, spend your time, align with nature, align with the Most High. Let you tap into your power. When you know what you're supposed to do, just it's technology. You can sit right there in your home, on your phone, and start putting it out there, and you're gonna see people are gonna be like, "Thank you so much." They're gonna come at you. I needed that. I needed to hear this. I needed to hear that, and that's what happened to me too. There's other things I needed to hear, and I needed to see, and it encouraged me that I'm like, I'm not the only one over here. I thought I was, because I'm going through it, and it's happening, and you're standing on truth, and you're revealing it and showing like, this is the truth. What are y'all doing to me? And then you put it out there, and you see there's so many other families going through it, and then so many professionals, psychologists, government agents, agencies, and or public servant agents, whatever you want to call them, attorneys and lawyers, everyone bringing awareness, who are that are like, yo, what happened to her, that without even knowing my story, because there's other people they have been in contact with, or people that this happened to them, it happened to them themselves and stuff. They're like, so you're like, there's a whole community out there that is doing this same work, but there's a piece of the puzzle that they're doing, a piece of the puzzle that I'm doing. So like I seen, they have Dr. Ramani. Let me go see what this girl touching. Hold up, I hear her. I mean, she's too quiet. What you getting into, Z? What you getting into? Alright, here. Alright, y'all. She just lost her sock, and she just crawling all over the, well, not crawling, but rolling around all over the place. So she over here rolling around, but it seemed like she wanted to get to, she was slapping the ground. So I was just like, what's that noise? But she was just slapping the ground. But I put her in her little walker so she can get around. But she quiet, she happy, so I'm happy too. All right. Yes, smells so good. Okay, so yeah, get out there. If you have a calling on your life, everybody got a calling on life. They got a purpose here. And I know to break this curse of coercive control, incest and pedophilia and sexual abuse and silence in the family. I know that I'm supposed to break that. I know that's what he's supposed to do that too, because he came from the same bullshit. What is it called? Yeah, silence, coercive control. And then on top of that, living like I've been homeschooling way before COVID-19. I've been homeschooling since I am my firstborn. She's 16. She'd been homeschooled. That's what she was doing. So it was like seeing what the government schools was doing that wasn't right. Not loving their neighbor as themselves, which I meant the children. I didn't like that shit. And then living a life of love and peace and Christ consciousness. They were against that from what I was learning. The point is, the God in me was telling me what I should do, and I was like, I couldn't not fight this. And you know what I did? I prayed. I said, God, because I was with a controlling man. I didn't understand it as much as I just was like, God, what should I do? And I just feel like I can't find the right school for my daughter, and I don't want to put her in the public school. I was like, if it is your will for me to homeschool, then you're gonna reveal that through my husband. And that was it. I left it at that, and I didn't say nothing. I stopped going to all these meetings, to all these schools and Christian schools I was seeing, and Catholic schools and all this stuff, and filling out my applications and all of that, especially because we couldn't afford it, and trying to get some type of, and prayed, and then I stopped doing everything, and I just was just home, and I was stay-at-home mom since then, 2011. And I'm like, okay. Out of nowhere, my husband's like, have you thought about homeschool? I'm like, oh my god, yeah, that's good. And that's exactly what happened. So I've been doing it ever since. And the first lesson that the Most High, or the first lesson I felt inclined, because now I understand we're made in His, in the Most High's image. God is in us. We are the image of God. It's like one and the same. You feel me? But I'm sitting here. I'm like, now I see what you want me. The first lesson. So I was that too. I was seeking for information. I was trying to find homeschool classes, homeschool co-ops and all that. I didn't have a vehicle. Everything. I didn't have a vehicle. That was 2011. I didn't have a vehicle all the way until I was like, yo, I gotta leave this man. And it had nothing to do with the vehicle, but that's when it was like real serious. I gotta leave. And then he was like, oh, love bomb. Here's a vehicle. Love bomb. You need midwifery school? Here, there you go. Anything you need, I'll nickel and dime it. But you know what I'm saying? All this coercive, controlling, and love bombing, all these narcissistic ways that is so hard to, because I'm trying to live independently, but then still trying to survive, and then still trying to take care of my children and then keep them safe. That's what made me be like, all right, so back to that point. The first lesson, when I couldn't find a homeschool co-op, the first lesson was Proverbs 31. So we memorized that entire thing. We went through the entire and memorized it. And each little verse, we would go deep in what it was. So you see, the woman had agriculture and real estate. And you see, she was aligned with nature. She had an income property. And she did you feel me? So I was like, this is what I needed to learn. So you see how the Most High has been with me since then. And so now to this point where I'm saying we need self-sustainable solutions here. We need holistic healing solutions here. You feel me? God is so good. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, what? So you think I was gonna? No, I didn't know I had to go through all that. So okay. So then what happened? Not until I was like, yo, this nigga's not about to have sleepovers. No. And I don't care. The judge was like, I'm trying to get you more money. She was like, and when I was like, Your Honor, the allegations against my daughter have not been thoroughly investigated. I don't care about more money. Like, I don't give a fuck. I just want peace and safety. All on the record. I didn't change my story. It's been the same fucking story on the motherfucking record. Once I said that, because I was representing myself, my ex-husband jumped up and was like, I'll do anything with my kids. So you can know, guilty, obviously. But they were like, and I know they can tell. They were like, shit, this nigga knows not to fucking talk. He got a motherfucking lawyer. Why is he talking? Because he's about to get fucking exposed. Because the truth was up in there. But then what? Coercive control. Shut me the fuck up. And I was he's screaming. The judge is staring. And then he said something about $2,400. Like, if my children need this and need that, $2,400, I don't care. I'll pay it. She's like, all right, that's what you'll do? Wrote that shit down. All right. And I was like, and then she looked at me like, so what do you want to do? I was like, I want full fucking custody. The allegations against my daughter have not been thoroughly investigated. Like, and I have air land that I can go down south and live a more self-sustainable life. I was explaining all this to her. She's like, that sounds nice. That sounds nice. That sounds like that would be great for the kids. Yeah. And then I was like, but then she was like, you break court orders, so I'll never give you full custody. You want to be divorced today? I'm like, yeah. Like, so even her, like Patricia Asquint. And then in case anybody's watching, especially y'all agents, go do your fucking investigation, my nigga. So anyway, so I'm gonna let this get on there. So then she's like, sorry, you want to rub this around, why not? So, you know what, I should roll that out. I feel like it would be better if I roll it out. But your girl over here, multitasking. So yeah, so she says that, and then she was like, and I was like, yeah, I want to be divorced today. She's like, all right, boom. $2,400 a month. He has to pay for your first, last, and security deposit, and your physical custody. But he gets visitation every Sunday until he furnishes the apartment that he willfully withheld from us, because that was for me and the children. But I wouldn't move in there because I'm like, you ain't getting no motherfucking key, and you ain't about to come over here whenever the fuck you want to come over here. Like, and he was always like, well then, be homeless, because I'm not giving the key unless You let me do whatever the fuck I want and come over when I please. And I was like, nope, I'd rather be homeless. I'd rather than be have to deal with this type of person who was hurting me and hurting my children. And then the judge, even though, then we left the courtroom and we go into, he's being so nice. We go into this room. He lets me choose every holiday. Let's try, whatever. And then on my mind, I'm just thinking, get some motherfucking passports. Get the fuck out of here. Because where else are you going to be able to try to start your life living self-sustainably and keep your children safe from this nigga? Like, how else? Like, I don't even care. I'll try out of this country because I already tried to ask the court to help me protect us from him. And he lied too. On court record, he says the judge on the court record, the guardian ad litem lies, but says, well, I mean, it did happen, but then the daughter felt like and you know how that is, Your Honor. So it's no big deal, but she loves both of her parents. Of fucking course, she loves both of her parents. What the fuck? And then but before the guardian ad litem said anything. Because I kept saying it in court. But before the guardian ad litem said anything, his lawyer and himself said that it never happened. It's all lies. This ghetto bitch just wants money. And then she's like, oh, you want my money? I don't want no motherfucking money. I was safety. You think I'm fucking, I don't lie, first of all. And I believe my daughter, second of all. My daughter don't lie, period. And I already showed y'all the voice motherfucking recording where he says, oh, that day, I thought she was you. So what the fuck are y'all talking about? But that was the distraction I talked about in the last one. I talked about the distractions they want to give you. They want to keep distracting you from the purpose, from it's a principality. It's a spirit that wants to sit here and prey on children. We already see it over here. I'm just saying, I'm gonna bring up the most high profile shit going on. Jeffrey Epstein, motherfucking P. Diddy, all this shit going on, and then we see it we see what's going on. We just see it all over the fucking place, right? And all over the news. They want this spirit of pedophilia and shit, and sexual assault, and all of that shit is like rampant in families, and everybody wants to be fucking quiet. So we gotta break this curse. And rampant in the motherfucking industry, rampant in the fucking I meant like the entertainment industry, rampant even in the foster care systems and things like that. It's all underreported. People know what the fuck is going on, but nobody wants to fucking talk about it. But Mama Bear over here gonna talk about it because it gotta end with us. It's ending with us. It's done. We done here. It's 2020 fucking 4 new fucking beginnings of peace and love on earth. So let's expose these motherfucking liars, expose these people who are trying to hurt children and punish healthy families and create a better future for humanity so our children can live in a nice, peaceful world. You understand? And yeah, this has to happen first, right? All right. So we got this time. I don't want to waste this. I really don't want to waste. Let me mix this. I hate wasting but I guess that's how it's supposed to be with time. You're supposed to just leave it on that little thing. All right, let me get it out of here. Because I thought, all right, we're going to get it out of here. Oh, it's hot. The little string. Oh, I think the string was supposed to be outside of the pot. All right. Okay. And so what happens is when they're trying to keep you silent, when they're trying to inflict emotional distress on you, yes, it was so hard, y'all. Shout out to everybody who held space for me. But it was very hard. But you can't stop Mama Bear. Mama Bear ain't gonna let it happen. You're gonna protect these babies. You're gonna do whatever it takes. And so, all right, let me get this blender. So So we got, so you already saw how I did it. I don't even got it. I was talking through it all, but. Oh yeah, we shining light on. I think. What would I leave off with? I don't even know what I left off with, but we have to shine light. Oh yeah, it's gonna get. Sometimes it gets worse before it gets better, like you saw what happened to me. But when you shine light on darkness, the darkness must flee. When you put love and hate, you know, the love is always gonna win. So this is all love. This is coming off of love. That's why it's like policy change. Love. How does it look? Like, it looks like bringing change. Not, you know what? Fuck these motherfuckers. This happens all the time. No. We gonna speak life, which is we gonna love is exposing the truth, shining light on darkness. So that's all I'm doing, shine light on darkness. And then we gonna, what about the solution? Holistic healing resources and self-sustainable solutions for families so they can get out of these cycles of dependency. And so now, y'all, let's put this, I'm gonna put this behind me so y'all can see what's going on here. Yes! I'm gonna move this over here and then y'all can see, yes, there we go. Y'all can see the bread going. Y'all can see the green soup. We about to, so yeah, we gonna blend this up. And it's gonna be so good. This is my son's, Javen and Judah's favorite meal. And Yosef just likes everything their brother does. Oh, let me say another thing. Another thing is that the probation, I haven't filed a claim against United States probation because I had no problem with, you know, but I started getting a little problem because there was one probation officer. He's retired now, so I had to get a different probation officer. And that's the thing. That's why there's nothing to fear, y'all. There's nothing to fear because when you stand and walk in your authority and in your birthright, I'm telling you, angels is everywhere. Or the spirit of God is everywhere in everyone, right? And so when you walking in light and you being, you know, you being love and light, like I said, mad things that happened, I had favor. That's the point. I had favor throughout the whole process, right? And so we're one instant where I'm going to just give a shout out to one of the probation officers. Like, I had favor the best way he could, you know, that I had favor and I was cool, left alone. And he didn't want to, he knew what the fuck I was talking about, that I was not fucking dumb. And he probably just was like, yo, I just want to feed my fucking family and be retired without fucking with none of this mess here. So I'm gonna leave her alone, and I advise all y'all to do that too. And so I was good. And then they got a new probation officer who might not have been filled in the whole process and the whole situation on United States probation. And she over here writes a whole report on some bullshit, talking about I lived in a hut, talking about like my whole life is on fucking social media. Don't just be fucking negligent and just write any fucking thing. That's fucking evidence against you. Because it's all, first of all, everything my ex-husband said was hearsay. And everything, and it has nothing to do, is nothing lawful that can be even held in court or anything. But everything I had could be. Because I had voice recordings, I had his confession, I have witnesses, first-hand witnesses, the children, right? Who were even old enough to speak, but nobody, they want to keep them silent, and me. And didn't want to put my voice recordings up in there. And didn't want to look at the international parental consent. So everybody's getting... everyone involved in any suffering and pain of what my children have been through, everybody involved, I learned the law. We live in America. You file a motherfucking claim, dog. That's it. When you're violated, that's what it's for. These rules are for. But people get, they intentionally inflict emotional distress and people don't read. Nobody wants to read. It's all conditioning. But anyway, like I said, there's nothing to fear here. Because like I told you, you walking in love, people are like, yo, I'm not fucking with that light. And then darkness must flee. And then you have the right light people that come around and are like, yo, and like trying to help the best way they know how to, right? Everybody's learning how to help. Like me, I tried my best to help my children. And then they're trying the best to help me, but then they're thinking about their family, and I guess, like, still they should fucking help more, I don't give a fuck. but they're trying to make sure they keep their jobs because these are all their friends who are trying to punish me. Zachary's little team over there, Zachary Kuna. So anyway, so ain't nothing to fear. But yes, but okay, so this is what I was gonna say. That's why I fired up. Sorry, y'all. But sis wrote a bunch of stuff, like didn't even know the case, just wrote any fucking thing, thinking like, all right, she just got, like, nah. That for me to read that shit and be like, yo, that's a whole defamation of my entire character. And I can't, and it's not even hearsay. Look on the fucking internet and you're gonna see. Trying to say that the lifestyle of homeschooling, the lifestyle of being a holistic healer, being a wellness coach or whatever, that I was fabricating. These videos are fabrications. Are you fucking kidding me? How fucking dare you? And I'm going to say that's not her fault. It might have been I'm going to bring it back to the number one person, the one person who wants to use coercive control and use the government agents to get involved. Look what this nigga did. He got y'all all in fucking trouble. Do your fucking job. I mean, I'm saying it like Mama Bear because that's just who I am. That's how I speak, and that's just what it is. You hate it or love it. You feel me? But real talk. So you're gonna say I fabricated this lifestyle? You kidding me? 6 children where? How you fabricate that shit? You can't fabricate that shit. I was in Tanzania and y'all thought y'all was like, oh, we about to get a nigga talking about who's so-called religious, part of she's a sovereign citizen, she's a black Hebrew Israelite, she's a dangerous woman, we're gonna get her ass for international parental abduction. No, yet. Should have researched, looked online who I am. First of all, this is America. I have a religious right. Second of all, just like my probation officer said, she is not part of no militia, and she is not part of any fucking cult. She's fucking home alone with her children, and she takes care of them, giving them food and all that, whatever. And she was in Tanzania. So on top of that, anything that y'all want to say that happened in Tanzania, you have no motherfucking jurisdiction anyway. So fucking shut the fuck up. And everything on Tanzania is already on fucking line. And you can ask my kids. Did I do anything wrong? Any crimes? No, my nigga. Love and justice and just trying to make a motherfucking living to keep for my family. And I had people in my life that I didn't realize and I didn't know how. And well, now I know how, moving forward. Like I said, coercive control that I had to undo. That because I was in a state of survival, I wasn't able to process or had the support I needed, the counseling or therapy me and my family needed, the resources and everything, the village, the community that my family needed to be able to handle this transition more effectively. And so that's why I'm like, yo, but share my story. I did do that. I shared my story and I realized it wasn't just me and was like, yo, we got to fix this. We have to fix this. Our children's lives depend on it. And, you know, I'm seeing that they just making it motherfucking rain over here to all these agencies that are profiting off of our pain. So I'm blowing the whistle like, yo, y'all gotta stop. Y'all ain't gonna profit off nobody, the children's pain. Like not as long as I'm alive. Nope. And y'all got all these technologies and things like that. So we gon' let's make it easier so families are not in these fucking cycles of survival, so that they can have what God created for free: food, shelter, water. Like, we got it. It's on the shelter is on the trees and in clay and all that. We can make these nice modern style like homes that stay warm in the summer and cool. I mean, warm in the winter and cool in the summer. Like y'all seen the rammed earth technology, that's bomb. And then we got these robots. Let's go get them motherfuckers up on the field, you feel me? And we gonna get some organic, non-GMO like foods going, you feel me? And we gonna build sustainable shelters and put the people in charge to oversee what's going on in their community, and give incentives to families who want to help and get their homes more, self-sustainable as well. Use the technology, use all that money, get these people out of the streets. These people acting crazy out here. There's mad homeless people in America on the streets. It's wild. We are people. Oh yeah, so CVS in Rhode Island, I already see they're holding CVS accountable for the opioid. We already know. I'm talking about the most recent stuff. We already know about the crack epidemic and the government being involved and pouring that shit into the neighborhoods and stuff like that. But that's what we're saying. We're saying enough is enough of government greed. And then we know the public school to prison pipeline. We know now, which I'm gonna bring that out to the public school to Planned Parenthood pipeline, profiting off the pain of the people. You feel me? So, okay, I'm just gonna get a little bit more of these on the grill. We talked a lot today. Your girl got a little passionate today. But, so yeah, we gonna put this here. And then I'm gonna blend this up for y'all, right? Finally. And then we gonna try this, then we gonna buy it. Oh yeah, what I wanted to do, I wanted to make a little vinaigrette with some avocado. I like to have avocado on mine. I like to have tomatoes with mine for some weird reason. My body just be loving the, I think it's because it's like a salad, but blended up, warm, hearty salad, like having tomatoes in my salad. I like and avocado. All right, so that's going to be there. I'm going to save this one for later. Maybe even tomorrow because I have so much. I'm going to put this away. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to blend this up. All right. All right. Woo! My bad. All right. Yes. So if you want to leave it a little chunky, you can leave it a little chunky. But I'm gonna make it more smooth than chunky because baby girl. But I want to put this back a little bit because there we go. Let me put it like this so y'all can see. Alright. See that goodness? This was my children. This was for me and my family of 6, 7. It would last like 2 days, or I'll say 2 meals. Yeah. But it's gonna last. Yeah. So it's a family of 2. I'd say could last until Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Cook again. Okay, I think that's good. So this is going to thicken up. Yes, look at that. Let me flip these babies over. No, not done yet. Is this hot enough? It's hot. All right. So that's that. This is going to be put away. This is going to be pushed. Actually, I'm going to put it like here. Because what I'm going to do now is make a little vinaigrette. Yes, so with the vinaigrette, we got a tomato. Right, this is baby girls. So we gonna We're gonna cut this up. It's gonna be tomato. And I'll say also that that paper that she created, like basically the court system is a whole administrative process. It's not nothing that we're supposed to even be involved in. It's but them, if they forcing you, if they're giving you papers to go to court and telling you to go to court, because not because a human being is, another human being is suing you, like a human should sue you, like, hey, you did this to me, like my ex-husband, hey, this is what this woman did to me, and so I got to go to court against, you know, me and him. That's another story. That's not the case though. They're using him as a witness to, and in the United States was like, I'm gonna sue this woman. That's not, you can't sue you can't sue a private person in their private capacity on their private time. They make rules to sue you know, public employees. That's what they can do. You know what I'm saying? Hold them accountable for a no call, no show. Like Brother Hassan, you know, shares that, you know, that, how to explain it. Like he breaks it down in layman terms. Like, I don't work for your administration, therefore, and I was on, and if I did, I was on my private time in my private capacity, when I so-called took these children who were wards of the state, but my children are not wards of the state. Those are private people, and I'm a private woman who birthed them, so that's my private property. But they were treating me like a foster parent. They were saying, oh, you were licensed by the state, you are a public servant who work for the state, you work for the United States as a parent. You are licensed, you are regulated, we regulate you, we licensed you, therefore these are our children, and therefore you cannot just take these children anywhere you so please. But that is not it. Protected by the United States Constitution, I am a private woman, and I have private rights in which, and unalienable rights that are protected by the United States Constitution that were given by the one true creator. And the babies came out of me, so we are protected. You cannot just come and tell me what I come up on my private property, do these, you know, no. So that is what I was standing on and saying, hey, wait, not so fast. Did you not realize you're misidentifying me and my little ones against the government record? So you trying to force me to go to your administrative process without payment. Because first of all, well, without an application, first of all, because I don't work for you. There's no clock in, clock out. There's no record that shows that I work for you, one. Second, to force me to labor, to go to your administration process, everyone is getting paid but me, and hold me accountable like you should hold, like you were to hold accountable an employee with no pay. Well, then that is peonage. That is forced labor, and y'all are all getting paid for me being here. Whoa! What are we talking here? Human trafficking and slavery? Nah, my nigga. Cut that monitor off my motherfucking ankle. Y'all are trying to force me to wear it. Nah. No. Y'all misidentified me against the government record. You're not going to treat me like somebody I'm not. And I'm not going to sit here and put up with it. And they were like, oh, really? You're not? Put her in a fucking jail. So then what are you saying? So, like, as if I'm your private property, like a dog. You going to put a mother, a good member of society, because I caught you in your bullshit? You sound like my ex-husband, dog. And I already went through that shit and went to another country and came back. I'm stronger. I'm wiser. I'm just kidding. I just like to make myself laugh. But real talk, it's like, I'm not her no more. I'm not her who's going to be like, okay, I'll do what you say if you just leave me alone. You are like, I don't got nothing to lose. I don't got nothing to lose. But y'all do. Because I read your rules. So, anyway, if that explains it, that is what I stood on. I stood on that when I got my baby back too. Y'all thought I was going to court. Everybody's like, do you have a lawyer? I hope you have a lawyer. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. And I'm not trying to be rude, but like incompetence, they've been negligent. They already showed me they were negligent the first time. So when I came back, and I had to go through it again. I realized, oh no, they're not just negligent, they're incompetent. Oh shit. When I hold y'all accountable and I showed y'all rules, oh wow. So now it's all willful criminality. So now all y'all are willful criminals. Oh shit, it's 20. I read your rules. Shout out to lawfulliving.com. Go, y'all check that out. Oh, I read your rules. So you mean to tell me that I just gotta tell y'all bosses that, oh, I filed a claim and and then Most High showed me that fear, y'all were able to get away with this because of fear, because y'all was mastering my mind at one point in my life. My ex-husband mastered my mind at one point. Y'all was the master of my mind. Y'all get me now? Spiritual insights, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all were mastering my mind at one point. So I had to take time and master my mind. Oh, and guess what I did? And so I went through all of this. That's what I can say. Thank my spirit team. I went through all of this to say, oh, I had to go through this so that I could so I could sit down, not worry about food, shelter, water for a minute. Shout out to those people who have held this space and been there so that I could process what was going on, align with my power, nature, my power, connect with the God in me and be like, yo, what is happening? And that was revealed to me like, yo, you got to master your mind. If you want to know keep asking what's happening. Keep asking your power. Keep asking yourself. Keep spending time with yourself. That's why I'm all about prioritizing self-care, prioritizing you, prioritizing your temple. This is all going to balance. Oh, baby girl she's like, yo, where that food at? Let me see. Nyata. Good job. You want to? Come. Hey, I want to say hi to everybody. All right, so yeah, Aries, she's taught me, hey, you ain't gonna let nobody just boss you around. And so, besides that, let me put y'all over here. Oh, you see? I gotta turn this camera. All right. Baby girl. So, not just bossing me around, I had to master my mind. I'm gonna put some olive oil in here. So we're gonna put some olive oil. Yes. We're gonna put some lemon and lime. We got some lemon, I already washed this one. All right, we got this little strainer. Okay, so then so I had to master my mind. That's it. So my mind was enslaved and that's what it is. That's when it comes down to everything, back to the beginning, they're able to have this coercive control because they already master your mind. You don't have control over your mind. You know, religion can have control over your mind. So with me, you know, it doesn't matter. It's not nothing to blame. It's just that from the born in sin from the beginning is having your mind mastered at a very young age, and then everything that was created for you for free, so that the people can master your mind so much easily, was to then commodify all your birthrights. And so that's the only way, the easiest way. Like everybody looks for an easy way. Humans look for an easy way. That's why humans make machines and things like that. The easiest way to to get what you need to survive, you're going to go through whoever feeds you, right? Like even those people. Neff International put a post that said, whoever feeds you controls you. So until you get that and master your mind, and then you figure out how to get out of that, or be like, or just really just tap in So here goes that vinaigrette. I'm so used to making way more, so actually I might have put a little bit too much. But it's never too much, because you know what I can do? Chop up another onion, chop up more, put more avocado in here, and put more tomato in here. And let me put this so it can cool down, because baby girl gonna eat. I'm gonna eat. So we got some. I want it to like thicken up a little bit more, but it'll thicken up even in So there goes my little flatbreads. And then I'm gonna put a little bit in here, because this is what she's gonna eat, and I'm gonna eat. I need a ladle, but I don't want to go all the way over to by the kitchen, the other sink, to get it. So then there, some creamy green soup. It's gonna thicken up a lot more, and the vinaigrette I'm gonna put on top of it. But it needs to like cool down a bit. But I'm gonna cut this. Oh, but like I was gonna say, well, I don't even know what I was saying last, honestly. But I know something along the lines of, oh yeah, those who feed you control you. If you can you can get out of that. Yeah, like, yeah, I'm trying to create self-sustainable lifestyle, but still, it's really mental. If you can just align with nature and tap in, and not have any fear and know that you are divinely protected, the infinite abundance is your birthright, and you're divinely provided for, you're gonna see like how you're gonna be able to create the lifestyle that you desire. And honestly, like, just keep doing what you were put on this earth to do, and don't be afraid to ask for help. We were never created to do this stuff alone. So we were supposed to have a village, and you don't know who's gonna pull up and try and help you be able to do what you need to do. But if you want to be in your pride, and because you are afraid of how you're gonna be perceived, that's fear. It's all fear. Then you're gonna be like, oh, I just gotta go hit the Walmart and just go over and do something I fucking hate. Then leave my kids with people who hate them, and you're still gonna be in the cycle of survival. But if you have enough. If you believe in you and the God in you, the power in you, and you're not out here stealing and killing and destroying, and you have a purpose, like me, I have a purpose to be a mother and to teach, and to teach my children and protect them, and y'all already see the things I'm doing, eating well and all that stuff, and the time and energy that you know that you need to take to do these things, to be the best version of yourself, and to pour into yourself so that you can then pour into the world and do your part in this world, and trusting and believing that your divine is on your side, and that you are divinely provided for, and infinite, then you're gonna see your divine power is gonna show you where to go. You're gonna track the right people in place. You're going to track the right opportunities and the right, and then you're like, oh, I got this. Wow, I didn't even know it's gonna be like this. But it's just that surrendering to who? Surrendering to you. Really, it's you. Because people say, oh, surrender to God. What does that look like? That looks like you getting alone with you. You getting alone by yourself, speaking to yourself, breath work, like, but I'm not saying to yourself. I'm saying in the reality, or in this earthly world, that's what it looks like. But when you there, you're like, yo, I got a whole spirit team with me. I got these guides with me. Guides of light. If they showing you how to walk in love, and they're giving you, and it's peace and love, and what is it called? And light. Not stealing and killing and destroying. Easy. And it's always gonna be a message, and I feel like you know how to distinguish that, because when you're going through what you're going through, it's gonna be for the all. It's not gonna be, oh, this is for me, selfish. How do you know if it's God or something negative? Like, how do you know if it's your higher self or lower self, or positive or negative or whatever you want to say, right? Righteous or unrighteous, like, it's because you ain't stealing, killing, destroying, and that feeling is like what you're called to do is going to benefit all, not just you. It's going to benefit in such a good way to everything you're connected to, and all, like, not just, and like the all of humanity, everybody. That's how you know it's your most high power. But if it's condemnation, all of this anger, and it's gonna cause, you know what I'm saying, that, like, so that can happen. That can happen. It causes, but not anger, but I'm talking about it's gonna cause you to feel angry or whatever, and it doesn't benefit the collective. It doesn't benefit the collective of everybody in the world. Then, you know, then what you're asking, or what you tapping in for, you feel me? Like, who you tapping into? You understand? And so anyway, and if it should benefit the all, and you be like, okay, wait, but it might hurt that one. That's too motherfucking bad, because that one is probably stealing, killing, destroying, and hurting others. You understand? So what I do, I don't gotta, y'all already know what I do. I'm trying to help y'all get healthy, eat to live, and raise productive members of society, and bring change, because y'all already seen these people are snatching children up, and not for the benefit, for money. Not for the benefit of the child's best interest, or the child to be healthy and whole, but for money, yo. And it gotta stop. It gotta stop. So you thought I was just gonna shut the fuck up so that possibly I can get my kids back? My kids only. And no, that's a lie. That's a fucking lie from the pit of hell. Like, you gotta know the truth. And we gotta expose the darkness, because then light comes. Expose the hatred, because with love, and then it's gonna be more love. But anyway, y'all, so y'all already saw all of the how I did this soup, and now I'm finishing up this little vinaigrette, because I put too much oil and lemon. That lemon was huge. I should just put lime. But lime, like I told y'all, is going to make everything taste better. Any citrus is going to make your vegetables and fruits taste much better. It also will stop them from turning brown. But it also, all the vitamins and minerals is going to be absorbed into your bloodstream. Make it easier to absorb in your bloodstream, and I guess quicker too. Let me rinse my hands a bit. And so, put this away. And let me plate this. It's gonna be pretty. Alright. We already put salt on here. Let me taste it first. Did I put it? Oh, do I need to put another tomato? Did I already cut a tomato? I don't think I did. Did I cut another tomato? Let's cut up one more tomato so it can have... Yo, your girl's gonna be good. My bad, y'all. But I like to just keep this raw, because I think it's quicker. It's quicker to do this raw than like click the camera every minute. And I got a baby to take care of. I got to bond with her and take care of her. So I decided, instead of doing my videos like I used to, where you edit and cut and edit and cut, it's just about being authentic. And this is what works for me right now. I'm not saying others aren't authentic, but for me, this is what it works for me. And so for y'all who are out there trying to move in purpose, just be you. Do what works for you. Don't try to be like everybody else. Do your thing. And for me, I got a message for humanity. I'm a mama with a message for humanity. If you haven't checked out the podcast, then go check it out. But I'm just doing this. Sharing my message, food for your thoughts. And sharing a delicious, vegan, alkaline meal that's going to protect and preserve the health of your body. Have a little conversation, because then after all this, it's time to spend time with baby girl. And look, I'm spending time with her even now. And that's what it is. We got to normalize this. So again, mamas, especially mamas who got children who think they can't move in their purpose. Like, where you go, your baby goes. Come on, you got this. Let me put this on the screen so y'all can see how I plate this nicely. Let's see. We plate this nicely. All right. Let me put this back. There we go. Hey, let me put some chapstick. Let me put some chapstick while we at it. Vitamin E, by the way. Good. It's not good for you. And give it a little shine too. Oh, y'all don't gotta see my notes. No. Y'all don't gotta see this either, though. Alright, we gonna do it. My bad. We're gonna do it like this. We're gonna make this nice here. Then we got our soup dee doop doop. We got our flatbreads. Yeah, she did the damn thing. Alright. Let's put it like this. Yeah, because you know your girl gonna make a reel out of this later. So that's why I'm doing that. Shoot, y'all going to work with me. Then we got our vinaigrette. That's Brazilian. Oh, let me see though. Let me see. I don't know if I put enough salt in here. Let's try her. Let's try it. Let's try it. She still needs more salt though. Yes. Yes, yes. And she got that. Let me see here. Yo, this is a long video today. Alright, so we got the vinaigrette. We got the green soup de doop doop. See? The green soup de doop doop. All the tomatoes on there. And got the bread. Right? The flatbread, which got some green soup de doop doop. And we made some flatbreads here. Alright. Alright. And then this is nice and, let me see. I need to shut this off in a minute. But you know, this meal was like, like a 30-minute meal, real talk. It really is like a 30-minute meal. That's it. But I was talking and chatting with y'all. So we're gonna put this in here, right here. With some tomato. Yes. Then we got some flatbread. Lift that up there. Yeah. You know what I like to do? I like to grab some olive oil. I don't know, I love olive oil, yo. It's really healthy. It has so much flavor too. Want to try some? Good, right? That's good. That's all that matters to me is my babies like it. I don't care about nothing else. You gonna have to sit down and eat. Yummy. Yummy. How's that? Yo, this is good. Make y'all some green soup. A little bit more. All right, y'all. So we're gonna finish eating this, and I'm gonna put some. Actually, I'm gonna show y'all something. What I be doing to make it easy for me. Because sometimes I just want to sit down and eat my food. And feed her. She can feed herself a little bit. She gotta get a little practice in. So I have these little spoons that my mother got me or got her. They have like, well, let me show y'all. The front and the back. Because they be, see, and she can eat it, but also these. This one has banana in it. It's time to go. That was breakfast. So we're gonna wash this up. All right. It was just banana and so what we can do now is throw, either we can mash it, which that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna mash it up a little bit. Oh, you want more? Here. Here. Take a bite. All right. And so we're gonna take some of this avocado, put it in here. And you saw there was olive oil, some salt, some tomatoes all sitting in there. But, you know, she can't really bite that right now. But still, it's going to have all them herby flavors in there. So we're going to take some of this avocado. Right? And then y'all saw all the stuff that was in the green soup. It's going to go on top here. Girlfriend. And then we're going to mash it up. Gonna mash it up because like I tell y'all, I don't be creating separate meals for me and don't have to mash it up too much, but then look at that, it's gonna go inside here. Oh, you upset? You want more? I'm not fast enough for you. I'm sorry. Oh. Here you go. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go because I just want to show y'all that. So you can mash it up. Put that in there. See, she wants it now. That's what she's trying to tell me. She's like, girl, you better hurry up. All right. And so there we go. This is gonna go on here. Ooh! And then she can make a mess in her high chair. All right, so I'm gonna send y'all a picture. I'm gonna put the whole recipe on Patreon. I'm gonna put the whole recipe on Patreon. I'm gonna send y'all a picture. I gotta rinse my hands. And I'll be up on my Instagram. When it's on Patreon and ready, it'll be up on my Instagram and the whole recipe. So that the link to the whole recipe. So, okay, she look cute with her hairdo. Okay. So, anyway, this is how we do things around here. So I'm gonna go now. Peace and love. Cause she mad. I gotta set her up.